Well, good morning from Whitney Portal, California. I'm LJ with today's adventure stop, and here we are at Mount Whitney Family Campground, also known as the Portal Campground. So we have a few videos out. My last one kind of was a little bit of a failure last year where the camera was stuck on Zoom, so I decided to use a different camera today. But my buddy Edgar is here. Give him a follow on his Instagram if you like. I'll leave you a link right there down below. But we're going to go for a walking tour of the campground here of 1 through 38 and then 39 through 44 on the other side, which I'm going to drive because I'm not going to walk through that area over there. So it's kind of downhill. And if I have to get up, I'm already going uphill, which is already a little trek to come up here. That's why I'm a little bit out of breath. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. Do me a favor and subscribe down below and give this video a nice like and thumbs up. And take it one step further and turn on notifications. Hey, thanks. All right, so this campsite is a little bit different. It's sort of sequential as far as the numbers, but it's a loop. So it's kind of odd because the numbers will be on one side and then completely different on the other side. So just try to follow along. If you decided to search this via Google for the campsite of your choice, you probably have to go and watch the whole video to find out which one that you chose or is your favorite. So as of today's video date, fees are $32 per night. Those are the extra vehicle prices. Firewood, $9, and they do have the firewood here on site at the director who lives on site, the manager who takes care of the place. And we're gonna go check this out. Come on, let's go. Okay, as we make our way down the main road, I will have to let you know there are bears up here. Unattended vehicles containing food are subject to citation and or tow away just for that reason, because you don't want to wake up to find a bear who's broken out your windows because you left a peanut butter jelly sandwich inside, because their nose, much like dogs, are very good at smelling for food. What I like particular about this campsite, Whitney Portal, is it's kind of surrounded by the valley. Mount Whitney is in that direction over there. You can't really see it because of the trees, but you're surrounded by this valley of mountains. Pretty much all the campsites, like number 1 here, have a fire pit. Some have a charcoal barbecue. This one in particular has a very long driveway for an RV or trailer. Some, like number 2, do not. This is the easy part because we're going downhill. And again, because it's weird sequentially, this is actually near the end here. So this would be campsite number 38, and that's 37. Whereas over here on the right, this is number 3. See, number 3 has the charcoal barbecue, picnic table, and fire pit. Those rusty brown looking containers are the bear-proof containers where you're supposed to keep your cooler. Right over here is number 36. And we're gonna loop this way because a vehicle is coming, but this is one-way traffic. So we're gonna keep right and follow the road. So you have a lot of hikers that come up to this area at the trailhead, and if you follow the road up a little further, about another 2 miles up the road, that's where you can find parking passes, day passes, to be able to do your day hike up to the summit of Mount Whitney. And would you take a look down here? Whoa, there's a lot of trout down there. Woo, man, oh man. But there's probably roughly about 50 to 80, maybe 100 fish down there. All that darkness that you see, that's all fish right down there. That's all fish. Wow. But I'm not here to fish on this trip, but this is a good little, what they call a honey hole, if you're familiar with fishing terms. This is definitely a good spot to go fishing, right, bud? You want to go fishing? Pretty impressive. So these are stocked, and it's a little historical fact. It was stocked at one point by the Whitney Fish Hatchery, which is in Independence, which is about another 30 to 40 minutes away from here. However, that's more of a historical site museum now, where it's no longer a operating fish hatchery. Up here on the left, that is occupied. That's number 4. See what I mean? It's kind of weird. Over here is a cabin, so you can't even count that. People own these. They're very expensive. They have like a land lease attached to them, and they're very hard to get a hold of. So I wouldn't even count on that. But they are very super nice. Campsite number 5. Another one of those slightly smaller ones. Sorry, as I'm multitasking here. Apologies, because the pup here is kind of dragging me back to the campsite. So I'm kind of multitasking with one hand on the camera operation while trying to walk a dog at the same time. This is number 6. So those containers right there, they're for trash and recycling receptacles, and they're bear proof because overnight the bears, they actually do like to forage through this area. So normally number 7 would be available, but for some reason it is currently off limits. It's roped off, unavailable, maybe because of the trees. But hopefully in the future this will be available once again. So these cabins are pretty cool. Again, they run off of propane, whereas here you're gonna have to bring your own. Now this is the easy part, the downhill part. You have an occupied number 8, which has an RV, which is super cool. You have all sorts of birds. Speaking of which, right up there, you have chipmunks, squirrels, all sorts of other creatures. I've seen a snake up here once, up near the pond. Campsite number 9, again, a slightly larger driveway. So yeah, multitasking. He really wants to go. So he's about to drag me off my feet here. Little ravine area over here, which leads down to this other campsite. Right now it's currently August, late August, and the weather is super nice. During the day it can get up to 75, up to 80 degrees. At night it was very comfortable last night, or this morning, which is the coldest it gets, and it was like 47, 48 degrees. Yeah, I'm a little out of breath. We're at about, I want to estimate 8,500 feet in elevation right now, so the air is a little bit thinner up here. I'm trying to keep up with the dog who's dragging me back. Did I mention? That was number 10 right over there. Circling back around. Number 11, which has a tiny driveway right there. We have a huge boulder and other amenities back there. It looks like there's a barbecue. Number 12, which is on the left, which is currently occupied. Number 13, a smaller one. And number 14, right up there with the little trailer. And Edgar here is always excited to be here. This is site number 15, one of my favorites. We have the stream that cuts right across here, and that's why I like this one in particular, because the stream is right next to your campsite. You have this nice sturdy bridge. It looks rickety, it looks kind of sketchy, but I wouldn't really worry about it. And definitely there are fish down there right now. You check that out. A little hard to see because of the reflection, but there's a nice decent sized one right down there. Can you see it? Cool. Moving on. That there is campsite number 16. And yeah, because it's a loop and it's kind of weird, this is 22. Not a lot of parking in that one in particular. There's the main road right up there, So if you have an extra vehicle or an oversized vehicle, you can park it there overnight, I suppose. But check with the campsite director, the manager, the guy that lives here in the trailer, which I'll show you here shortly. This is number 17. Nice long driveway on that one. 18 across the way there. That's great for an RV. '19 is a pretty good one. The campsite itself is pretty big. A couple hammocks over there. Picnic table. 20 right next to it here as well. And 21. You have these water spigots. Of course, these bear-proof containers. You're not supposed to clean your fish or do your dishes, but just to wash your hands. Campsite 24. Some of these are currently closed because of downed trees and debris. It'll be notated on the website. As I start to get out of breath, because we're heading up the hill. This is actually a emergency road. This is number 25. This is one of the roped off ones, 23 currently not in use, 26 currently occupied. There's 28, good for an RV, lots of space. Some of these have charcoal barbecue, some of these do not. 27. Nice tall trees. Good morning. Morning. Number 29. 31 on this side, kind of smaller for parking. 32 occupied next to it, followed by 30 also occupied. 33 with a nice long driveway. Where you see the American flag right there, that's where the campsite manager director is. 34. Whew, as I get out of breath, because we are climbing up the hill. $35 is where the director lives. Firewood is $9 per bundle. It's right there. It's kind of on the honor system. Campsite 36. Followed by 37. Number 3. $38. Number 2. And number 1. Okay, so again, this is the main campsite right there, 1 through 38. Mount Whitney is right up in there. You can't really see it because the trees are in the way, but you're gonna head back down the road because we actually passed it on the way up here. And the rest of the campsites, 39 through 44, are down here. All right, and here we are. All right, my friends, and this is the continuation of campsites 39 through 44. It looks pretty empty down here right now. And it's weird, the parking for 39 is right there, but the actual campsite is down below right there. So this one is kind of weird where it's split up just a little bit. So again, that's for number 39. Right over here is number 40. That's the average size right there, which is really cool. This one is one of my preferred ones. I haven't stayed here, but I'd like to someday because it has both the charcoal barbecue, picnic bench, and a good sized spot there for the vehicle. I have stayed here at number 41. Same thing, charcoal barbecue. It's a little bit smaller. This parking space is pretty small here. Again, number 41. You'll hear some jets in the background. Edwards Air Force Base, which is in the Mojave Desert nearby. They do a lot of training out here, all the way up till about 9 p.m. at night. Really cool. I'm going to insert some star pictures at the end of this video of what it looks like at night when there's no moon. It is incredible out here. Bathroom receptacles right here for you to use. Again, there's no running water. Well, there is running water to wash your hands, but the bathrooms are basically a porta potty with a lid with the stinky blue chemicals inside. They do have toilet paper. You don't need to bring your own. Again, that's where you can wash your hands. You're not supposed to clean your fish or anything like that. Moving on, this is the little road. So definitely for bigger RVs, don't choose any one of these spots because it's very tight, even with my pickup. That's number 42 right up in there. It has flooded in this area before in the past. Of course, when the campsite was closed, no parking over there, but it's a good little turnaround if you need to. And leading over here, that's campsite number 43 and 44 at the very end. Hey, so that just about wraps up today's walking tour of the Whitney Portal Campground. If you like today's video, give it a nice like and thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Do me a favor and subscribe down below there. Turn on notifications, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye, everyone.